afternoon, evening, whatever. All right, let's get right on to it. Kind of gonna try to drive some subjects. I got a couple videos to make, so let's go. So I want to talk to you about when you try to keto adapt. I really want to do like life subjects, but for now, it's that keto adaptation. So I've spoken about in other videos, we want to get rid of all the blood sugar. We want to drive our glycogen storages to empty. That's your gas tank. All right, with that said, a lot of people are trying this type of concept to drive their glucose and their glycogen down so then they can, pray tell, start to convert ketones into a viable source of fuel, which is more calming to our brains and less excitatory to our cells. But with that said, people are starting to have a sort of an early morning dawns effect. What is that? That's high glucose in the morning. Now, you're going to have raised glucose to some varying degree if you are a carb burner. That is because you're fasting all night long and your body's gas tank is depleted, and since you are still a carb burner, your body does this desperate attempt to raise your glucose levels back up to baseline because that's what the brain is used to using. The problem is, if you're trying to drive ketogenesis, that's a catastrophe, and we don't want this early morning dawns effect of spiked up glucose. Now, who really has this issue? People who are diabetic and pre-diabetic. But who are the potential pre-diabetics? Freaking everybody. Because everyone's overstimulating their adrenal glands and they cannot manage their blood glucose, which is why I think a glucometer is a great tool for those who are trying to keto adapt to see where they're at, stress-wise, or just anyone who's starting to suffer symptoms of hypoglycemia, which a lot of you are. Because if you don't eat every couple of hours and you feel crappy, irritated, that could be the early signs of insulin resistance. Because once you work out or go hours without eating, your body has these incredible mechanisms to create homeostasis, this balance I've spoken about before. And if you're feeling super cranky, super hungry, super tired, and possibly jittery, blah, blah, you're entering kind of hypoglycemia where your body doesn't know how to get the energy into the cells, because once things drive down, your body tries to drive it back up to baseline so you're not feeling awful. Well, guess what, y'all? You're feeling awful. So this early morning dawns effect is happening to a lot of people who are wired at night, sad in the morning. You're not supposed to be tired, okay? But you check your blood glucose and it's high. High is a symptom of cortisol response to break down amino acids to convert it into quick sugar to give you quick energy. Now, we're supposed to have glucose in the morning. We're supposed to have cortisol in the morning to wake us up, right? From a deep sleep, because you're hitting 5 levels of sleep, and 3 and 4, you could be like sort of paralyzed, so you don't get up and start walking and acting out your dreams. 5th layer is REM, yes, and then kablammy! We're supposed to be able to wake up like this. In case we're being chased by something, we can react. So, are we having our hormones out of balance? Of course we are. You want to know why you're not adapting? Because your stress levels are jacked. You're not going to bed on time. End of story. The reason why your glucose numbers are up is because your sleep is shit. It's crap. It's awful. It's down the toilet. Get your sleep in order. Don't think that you're sleeping. You're not. And those sleeping pills are terrible because they only give you about 45 more minutes. 45 minutes more. Were you trying to reach the 3rd and 4th level of sleep, the reparative mode? You're not reaching it on the pills. Reset your circadian rhythm, you guys. Stop eating at night. And if you can manage your blood glucose in the day, you probably, are going to manage your glucose in the morning. And your ketones in the morning, which are the most important time of the day. Okay, you guys, it's a never ever short video, but this is sort of short, on glucose regulation, why you guys are having the Dawn's effect in the morning, why your glucose is high, because you're not sleeping properly, you're not going to bed on time, you might have a dysbiosis of the gut, you might have stress, accumulative stress in the day, if your workouts are too late, your cortisol's peaking in the wrong order, and you're having slow release of cortisol, which is raising your blood sugar, which is glycating, and creating an imbalance of blood sugar. You can't have that because that jacks your hormones. I've said it a million times. Just want to remind you guys, yeah! Get it in order. Get everything in order. Stop just counting your macros. Look at your day and journal it. Because if you really look hard, you'll see what the problem is. Peace out. StephaniePerson.com. Ooh, salesman. Woman. Stephanie the Business on my Facebook fan page, where I love to be controversial and talk about different subjects and speak to you guys directly. And my Instagrammy, Stephanie Ketogenic. Peace out! Yeah!